Kia ora koutou, nau mai, haere mai, ki te whare wānanga o tākou. Welcome to the University of Otago's Virtual Open Day. This is a really exciting moment for us because this is the first time we've done it. And as you can see behind us, we have turned on the weather for you. This is what we call a Dunner Stunner. So this is a typical winter's day in Dunedin. It's bright, the air is crisp, it's a little bit chilly, but that's perfectly okay. Hey, so welcome to you all. I know that there's about 1,300 or so people tuning in to this. Most of you obviously in New Zealand, but some from Australia and even as far away as Dubai. So welcome to you all. So today, if you're watching us live, you can click through and check out the Virtual Expo Hall. Take a look around at some of the subjects on offer there. There's a wide range of video resources and other information from our academic staff. Questions answered. You'll also have other questions as well, and that's okay. It's a long process. From our Vice-Chancellor.
Kia ora. My name is Professor Harlene Hain, and I'm the Vice-Chancellor here at the University of Otago. It's my pleasure to welcome you to Otago's first Virtual Open Day. This year has seen the world face unprecedented challenges, and here in New Zealand, we are very fortunate to be out of lockdown and looking forward to welcoming new students on campus next year. I encourage you to look through our short presentations from more than 100 of our academic programs and courses. Take part in a virtual tour of our beautiful campus and look inside our residential colleges. We have experts on hand to help answer any questions you might have, so make sure to use our live chat. We are here to help you through your journey. I look forward to welcoming you to the University of Otago in 2021.
So thank you, Vice-Chancellor, for your words. For those of you who don't know, a Vice-Chancellor is the overall head of the university, the academic head and the admin head, a little bit like a school principal, if you will. Now I'd like to welcome, we have got the Director of Health Sciences first year, we have got Joe Kerban, Associate Professor Joe Kerban with us, and we also have a student from pharmacy, Isabella McLaughlin. So welcome to you both.
Thank you. Kia ora.
Yeah, kia ora. And can we start with you, Joe, please? Tell us a little bit about Health Sciences first year. It's a very popular program.
Great. So Health Sciences first year is really a gateway program to our professional health science courses. So things like medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, radiation technology, oral health. There's many, many different pathways that you can go to as well. And also for students who are interested in the health sciences in general, so thinking about biomedical sciences or health science degrees.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Isabella, can I ask you next, what's it like being a Health Sci first year student?
I think you can expect that it is going to be a hard year. You know, you're being thrown into a deep end. I'd say majority of students are coming straight from high school, so it's a lot different. You know, you're probably living away from home, you're living in a hall, lots of different social events going on, as well as trying to juggle all your studies. And you know, it's 4 papers in the first semester, so it is a big step up, and I'd say it's a lot different from high school, especially with the studying techniques as well.
So looking back on your experience, you were well supported doing Health Sci first year?
Yes, of course. So I was in one of the halls in Otago, and the halls offer great support. They offer tutoring, even the course coordinators as well. If you're struggling with certain areas, you can always go in and talk to lecturers if you make the time. There is tutors being run through the past papers as well, so the uni offers a great support system for students.
Wonderful, thank you. Joe, back to you. I wonder, not every student who does Health Sci first year will want to or will be able to do a professional program. What else can Health Sci first year lead on to?
So as I mentioned earlier, they can go into health sciences in general. So there's biomedical science degrees, but there's also many, many different health science programs that actually teach into the Health Science first year program. And so I think one way I look at this program is it's a bit of a smorgasbord of different aspects of biomedical science. And so you can learn about things like neuroscience or immunology, you can learn about biochemistry, as well as chemistry and physics. So you get a really nice perspective of the different sciences. And now even we have a little bit of humanities in the course as well. So students get this really nice taste of many, many different aspects of health sciences and more broadly speaking sciences and even now in the arts. And so there's a lot of directions that you can take from that base.
Fantastic, thank you. Actually, I was talking today with a student who's doing the population health paper. His name's AJ. and he was saying how exciting he was to be doing this, because with this world of COVID, it's more relevant than ever. So he was really buzzing about that, and it was just lovely to have a word with him earlier today. Isabella, can we go back to you for a second now? And
Yes.
can we say, what advice would you have for Health Sci first year students coming in next year?
I think it would be to keep your mind open to the opportunities that the health science course can lead to. Like Joe said, there are a lot of other options that can be taken from the health sciences program. There's a lot of different pathways you can go. I think another good piece of advice is to set your own goals. So set personal goals for yourself. You know, you don't want to be setting goals that your roommate or your next door neighbour has in the hall. It's really important that you set ones that are going to make you happy and are going to help you succeed in your university career.
Wonderful. Thank you. Good advice. Joe, I know that one aspect of the health sciences program is UCAT. Can you tell us a sentence or two about that, please, to provide information?
Sure. So UCAT, I think probably a lot of students hear about it and are a little bit nervous about it. It's the University Clinical Aptitude Test, and it's basically testing. It's a test that gets used to measure certain qualities in people who are going into clinical programs, and so that would be medicine and dentistry, for example. And it looks at reasoning, it looks at making judgments, and it looks at learning how to make decisions. And you can't study for it, but you can prepare for it. And it's held outside of the university, and so students get the opportunity to get some practice with that. It's not as terrifying as what it may appear to be.
I like hearing the fact that it's not terrifying, because sometimes out in the community we do hear how scary it is. So Joe, what would be your best advice for students coming into Health Sci first year next year?
My best advice would be to be organised, bring your A game, but also try and be balanced. And get some downtime, enjoy the social aspects of being in a residential college, and try and stay on top of your material. So engage whenever you've got the opportunity to engage.
Wonderful. Thank you so much indeed. So if you have further questions about Health Sci first year, join in the virtual chat. Coming up next, we're going to be joined by Campus Watch.
As we live through this extraordinary experience, one of the most important things we've needed is information about what's happening, about what we're discovering, about what else we can do to keep ourselves safe. Thankfully, during this time, our health professionals, our media, our community, and our country's leaders have had trusted experts they can turn to.
It comes down to a risk management decision.
This is up to all New Zealanders
who are sharing the knowledge needed to help protect New Zealanders and keep our country moving, even when it felt like the world around us stopped. And many of these people are our people. It's an honour and a privilege to be playing our part. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa, kia kaha Aotearoa.
So, Campus Watch is a key part of our student pastoral care. Their teams work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, around campus and around the streets of North Dunedin. The key thing is that they are regularly available to assist and advise students. They are a very, very important part of our student welfare network. They have prepared a short video for us for our viewing pleasure, so we'll go to that now and take a look.
Hi, my name's Mark. I'm a member of Otago University's own budget version of the Avengers, Campus Watch. I've been marinating in Otago student culture since the mid-90s, and I've been involved in a bunch of film and TV projects with people you probably don't care about. Here's me with Taika Waititi, Rebecca Gibney, with Imogen Poots in Black Christmas, and a bunch of other people who you probably don't care about, but your parents might.
Hey, Campus Watch.
Hey, bro.
Catch.
But enough about me, let's talk about you, and how Campus Watch can help you get the most out of your Otago University experience. Campus Watch provides pastoral care for Otago staff and students. From mundane security duties like unlocking offices and uni flat doors, to more specific services like our safety car, which offers students a free ride home after a hard night of hitting the books. Plus, If feeling safe and comfortable is your thing, as it should be, you'll be stoked to know that every Campus Watch team has at least one female staff member.
That's what I'm talking about.
Which is nice.
Hey Campus Watch, can you jumpstart my car, investigate the smell of gas, check my flat every night while I'm gone over the mid-semester break, repair this broken window, lend me a trailer, provide safe storage for my rifle, and give my flat a new recycling bin?
Yes. Yes, we can. And because life is really fair, when something truly serious happens, Campus Watch can help then too. Every Campus Watch member has a full clean driver's licence and a current first aid certificate. Plus, if you find yourself the victim of a crime, you can come into Campus Watch and fill in a CCTV review request form, meaning our network of cameras all over the student quarter can help you find justice.
Don't buy this Campus Watch propaganda, brothers. They're just jackbooted fascists who want to ruin our fun. Hashtag YOLO, hashtag rent-a-cop, hashtag literally Genghis Khan.
Oh, you feisty young firebrand. For what it's worth, Campus Watch's 98% approval rating in the 2018 Staff and Student Survey was and still is a record for the most positively reviewed service on the Otago campus. So, when it comes to it, Campus Watch is really, really useful to the vast majority of staff and students.
I suppose you did help my mate there.
How is Sammy doing these days?
Still won't eat spicy noodles. Still can't drink goon.
And so, her journey to adulthood is complete, thanks in part to Campus Watch. So, no matter the situation, Campus Watch is there to help you feel a little safer, live a little easier. Isn't that right, Sir Proctor Dave Scott, sir?
That's right, Mark. Please don't call me sir, we're not the police.
You're right, Dave. We're not the police. We're Campus Watch. And we're here to make sure you get the most out of your time at the University of Otago.
Could you please leave?
Oh, yeah.
First year it's quite busy and it's just different to high school, so you learn to become more organised and more independent.
So it's like a study and social life balance and also sleep as well.
The environment really sort of aids and helps you in your learning.
The people here are so welcoming that you can just go up to them, ask them questions, and they're always available to help you.
The amount of stuff I learned on the first day was when I realised
this is really something big, this is something special, and this is the build-up to my future.
I need to say welcome to Maddie. Welcome, Maddie. Maddie is from our Social Impact Studio. So, of course, the first question to you is, what is the Social Impact Studio?
Well, the Social Impact Studio is the place where we channel all the energy, passion and creativity that students have, and we put it towards all the good stuff. So we have lots of programs where we've got Silverline, which is a mental health and wellbeing initiative that we run. So a group of students are just challenging the struggle of what mental health can be like, and the challenges that are unique to Otago. And then we have Unicrew, which is our volunteering group, and we go out into the community, and that's all about connecting with the community, developing your leadership skills and life skills, and just finding a belonging and a place at this place, as we often are new to Otago.
Excellent, thank you. Can you give me, you mentioned Unicrew, could you give us an example of a sort of project that Unicrew would do?
Yeah, so tomorrow actually we have our thing called Feel Good Friday. So works both ways, the volunteers are going to feel good and the community organisations that we go out to are going to feel good as well. So we're going out to places like the Sinclair Wetlands, Stop Otago out on the peninsula, Red Cross, Presbyterian Support Otago, Shop on Carroll. I think they're going to a food bank as well, so you've got about, I think, 90 to 100 students going out tomorrow out in the community.
And why do students do this? I mean, it's obviously a very good thing to do. It does make them more employable, doesn't it? Because it shows that they're willing to give something back.
Yeah.
What other reasons might students have for getting involved?
I think it is that drive to find a community. As I said before, most of us are new here in a new community, so you don't know anyone past your halls.
So it's a good way of making friends too.
Yeah, great way to make friends and just connect to a wider community and just have a bit more purpose than just studying and going out on the weekends.
Wonderful. So how can students get involved?
So when they come onto campus, they can either come see us at the studio. We have a little studio on campus, and then they can also just sign up on our website, Unikuru Otago. Oh, I could actually double check that, but you'll find it on the website.
That's it.
But yeah, and we also have like Instagram and Facebook, so you can just find Unikuru Otago or Silverline Otago, and then we also have the Leadership Award as well, so you can Google that up as well.
Wonderful, thank you very much.
Yes.
So it's a wonderful thing to get involved with, and if you do have any questions about this or anything else that you've seen so far, of course you can do it in the live chat, get online and ask us some questions. We'll be answering questions until 7:30 this evening, so there's plenty of time for you to have a browse, have an explore, and follow some of the things that might be piquing your interest. So, thank you very much, Maddie, for joining us. It's a real pleasure. Now, you said earlier that you came from Auckland. Is that right?
Yep,
you did.
Correct.
So, what was it like you coming to Dunedin from a city that's much larger in the North Island?
Yeah, I guess it was. I don't know. I guess in Auckland, I don't come from the city, so it was still felt pretty big, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, it was quite overwhelming, but it was a good change, I think.
What would be your favourite thing about living in Dunedin?
The community, I suppose. Through being with the Social Impact Studio, definitely had more exposure to the wider Dunedin community, and it's just such a close-knit, lovely little community, and I love it so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Much appreciated. So thank you, Maddie, for joining us, and we'll be back after this ad break.
What I love the most about being in Otago is just the sense of community.
It's more to do with the people, I think. Everyone's very open-minded.
There's a sense that everybody's sort of in this together. We're willing to help out our mates and kind of all make sure that we get through it together.
I want to go to a place that was differently student-orientated, a place that you could grow up, get a world-class degree.
You might be nervous initially, but you will find a place here.
That's the great thing about this university. You will find your people.
So now we're going to talk about student health. Now, student health provides a whole wide range of primary health care to our students. And in the studio here we have Ashley. So welcome, Ashley.
Thank you.
So you know, I've just mentioned student health, so you know what the first question is going to be. Tell us a little bit more, please, about what student health does for students.
So student health is the overall primary health care provider for our students here. So we're not a member of the primary health organisation, so students who come from all over New Zealand and internationally can use their services without having to unenroll from their GPs at home, and it provides them with a full range of primary health care needs, from doctors to nurses, and also a mental health and wellbeing team which provides excellent mental health and wellbeing care, and yeah, it provides a full range of primary health care, so acutely unwell, long-term conditions, management, as well as different things like travel, which will hopefully be up and running again in the future.
Again soon,
So yeah.
Wonderful, thank you. Tell us a little bit about the cost of it, because I know it's different from a regular GP clinic in the community.
Yeah, so cost-wise, it's quite a cost-effective service for students. So if you have a community services card, most services cost around $10. First mental health and wellbeing team appointment is usually free, and then subsequent ones are $10, and then there's some variation on other services if you're needing travel advice, medicals and those types of things. And international students have subsidised costs under their student safe insurance as well. So,
excellent. That's really good to know that international students are also very well looked after. So thank you very much for that. And where is student health located?
So we're on Walsh Street, so right by the main library. So nice and handy to campus. Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. Now you and student health is not an academic side of the university, it's part of maybe sort of student services, something like that. What advice would you have for students to look after themselves and their well-being when they're here?
So access their services definitely when you're unwell or just needing advice. We have plenty of information on our website as well in terms of management of various common illnesses. But yeah, just make the most of your time at university, keep yourself well, and I'm sure everyone's probably familiar with all the COVID-19 information, good hand hygiene, rest,
Excellent.
fluids, look after yourselves.
You've summarised a phrase that I hear quite a bit from the academic side of the university, and that's successful students seek support.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Successful students seek support. You know why we say that? Firstly, because it's true, and secondly, because we like alliteration here sometimes. So thank you very much for reiterating that. That's a really important message for students to hear. Did you study at Otago?
I studied at Otago Polytech, and I've done postgraduate study through Otago University as well. So
Excellent,
through the
wonderful.
Christchurch
Well,
campus.
thank you so much for coming in. It is much appreciated. We really like hearing what you've got to say. And so coming up next, we have a commercial break.
Dunedin, the city, is just so friendly.
It's a big city, it's a big student city.
I love that you can walk everywhere and that everything's accessible.
The campus is just pretty much in the heart of the city as well.
What the students offer to the city is something that you don't get too many other places.
That's the great thing about this university. You will find your people.
It feels like a university with a city attached to it.
It's exceeded my expectations in every way. It's unbelievable.
Hello and welcome to the table, Jack Manning. Jack is the president of the Otago University Students Association, or OUSA. So, Mr. President, welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
And you know I've got some questions for you.
Absolutely.
So let's go first. Tell us what OUSA is, and then what it does.
For sure. So OUSA is the Otago University Students Association. So first and foremost, we are a student union. Membership is free, and you have it from the second you join the university to the second you leave. We've been around for 130 years, and a lot of people sometimes get this impression when they first move here that we are like a university department. That is the furthest thing from the truth. We are wholly owned and led by students. So first and foremost, what that looks like is representation and advocacy. So we provide that on a myriad of university committees, the university council, but we also do that on a national scale. So we represent students and their interests here at Otago. We also provide a bunch of different services, including the student support service that we provide that is very well taken up and is always accessible to every student. So make sure to bookmark its location when you get down here. We also run clubs and societies. We have over 150 student-led clubs and societies for you to participate in. But we also have so much of a presence on campus, from the student magazine Critic to Radio 1 to even a brand new starters bar that we just got a few years ago. So we're all over campus, and you can't miss us.
I totally agree with that. It's absolutely true. I think that student voice is quite valued here at Otago. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's something which really I think is a benchmark for the success of an institution. Yep. Is really how much it can value and action student voice. It's something which is in student politics is a buzzword, but at the end of the day, what it really means is how much is the elements of your university career not set in stone. How much of it can you change? How much of it can you organise with students to change? And what improvements can you make on your university career whilst you're there, but also for people who are going to be there after you?
So thank you. Tell me a little bit about your role as president. Firstly,
Yep.
I've got to know, you're the president. Is your office oval?
No, it is not, sadly.
Oh.
It is square.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what is your role of president involved?
Well, first and foremost, I lead it's an elected position, so I lead the other elected representatives on the student exec who sit on all sorts of committees and run all sorts of initiatives on campus, but also throughout the city and throughout the country. We also, I'm also, I suppose, the chief representative for all the students at the university, and I lead the governance of OUSA, helping set the direction for the services that we'll provide, the initiatives that we'll get into, and really the student issues that we will really try to action this year.
Cool, thank you. So what would be your advice for students coming into first year?
Oh, there's far too many points to give you.
3 bullet points.
But I'll give you the simplest ones. Firstly, pack an extra hoodie. Second, do not sign a flat till first semester. Often people get this idea, they get down here and they panic and want to sign a flat as soon as they can. I can't recommend that against that enough. Take as much time as you can, get to know the people you want to live with. But then I guess the final thing really is don't be afraid to sort of redefine yourself and really get into all sorts of new things and find completely new friends while you're here. When I first got to university, I was an incredibly shy person. I was kind of a ghost. But it took me going to university to really broaden my horizons and learn new things and meet new people. And I really wouldn't have gotten to where I am today if it weren't for those experiences.
Well, Jack, thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to see you again.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. So, thank you, Jack, and next up we are going to take a short break. We're going to see a video that OUSA has made, actually. They have put together a fantastic video to show you the sort of things that are on offer here. And after that, we'll have Rachel from Te Whare Tafero.
Check it out.
So be excited and get ready. Uni will be some of the best years of your life. All starting with Ori, OUSA's biggest event of the year.
First up, Orientaster, the perfect way to kickstart your uni experience. Welcome to OUSA.
Check out the offers at Tent City, or even come relax at the OUSA flat.
Our biggest music night of the year has the best international artists, and so much more.
Grab your bed sheets, grab your vines, the legendary Otago party is back.
Then there's Clubs Day, with all the best clubs in one place. There's also the Throwback Theatre and the International Food Festival.
And if that's not all, Mardi Gras is the coolest party you'll tell all your mates about.
So have an amazing time, and don't forget, OUSA is always here for you.
Well, welcome Rachel. Rachel is from Te Whare Tafero. Te Whare Tafero is one unified space that provides support for victims of sexual violence within the campus community. So welcome Rachel, and thank you so much for coming along. So my first question is going to be, tell us a little bit more about Te Whare Tafero and what it does.
Great. So we are the first campus like this, the first centre like this on campus in New Zealand. So we are a support and prevention centre for those students who've experienced sexual violence for support, and then also prevention just for the general student body as well. So our prevention work is around building skills about bystander intervention and healthy relationships and things like that. And we're sort of based on the best evidence research out there at the moment in the world as well. So we're very conscious of getting the best things possible for students.
Excellent, thank you. Now I know you launched a program called Before It Starts.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about that and what that looks like from the student's point of view?
Absolutely. So Before It Starts was a campaign that we developed with the marketing department here to encourage students to be able to step in when they see things that aren't maybe quite right, and so they want to maybe make a comment about that and sort of address that behaviour. So we ran focus groups with a lot of students and got sort of the best ideas from them about what was relevant and what is sort of applicable to their everyday experiences being on campus here and in general in Dunedin as well. So I'll hold one up for you to have a look at. So these launched just this month, I think, early this month. So it's really exciting to have them out there, and they'll sort of be plastered all over campus, which is really great.
Well, that's wonderful to see. I think it's just an absolutely fantastic way that we support students, especially students who might have suffered a traumatic event.
Yeah.
Are you able to tell us where else might students go for support if they're feeling unsafe?
Yeah, so we work with a lot of departments around and organisations on campus as well. So you saw a video about Campus Watch and the Proctor's Office. Student Health are really great, we work with them a lot, and disability information and support as well. We work with really closely just to ensure that students can get that sort of holistic support and package around them to lead to the best outcomes.
Yeah. And I gather that at the start of the year you had a presence in the residential colleges.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our key prevention programs is a consent workshop that's based in the colleges at Otago. So we work really closely with the colleges and first years coming to Dunedin so that we can, set what we want the expectations to be on campus as a community, and those are really developed in collaboration with students as well, so that everyone's on the same page.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, Rachel. Really appreciate it and hearing what you've got to say. So we'll be back after this ad break with careers. So our Careers Development Centre is a one-stop shop for all career advice for students and also for employers. Students can receive all sorts of help and advice, attend workshops, talk to advisors to get advice about how they might transition from university into the workplace. Career staff have very kindly summarised what they do in this video that we're about to see.
Simply going to your classes is not going to be enough. It's about creating opportunities and seeking opportunities outside of what is in university.
The Career Development Centre is here for all students at Otago, both undergraduate and postgraduate, and it's our aim to assist them with career decision making.
They gave me the knowledge of what it would be like to put something different on my CV, to make me stand out from the crowd.
We have one-on-one career counselling sessions, and we can just work through career questions in 30 and 20-minute interviews. In addition to that, we have workshops and seminars. Usually we'll take a specific topic like how to create your LinkedIn profile or writing a great CV. Our graduate recruitment coordinator brings employers onto campus so that the students are able to meet them and be interviewed.
There will be a lot of things discussed at those employer presentations that will just be beneficial to the students.
The Career Development Centre helped me prepare for interviews, and also with the year-long project that I did with them, it gave me good management skills.
They're really willing to talk to us and see what we wanted to do after university and what we were looking for in a job.
Just by talking to someone about what you like, what you dislike, will eventually help you think about those things yourself.
I learned how to make myself look like I fit into the job description that I'm applying for and how I fit into the company values.
I would say come in straight away and just see what's out there.
They just really help you think about what are your interests and where you can build on that and what pathways there are to go through.
Mai I whakahekerau ki kawarau. This is our place. A place where people form close connections with limitless landscapes. A place that inspires people to discover and to care, to dare together.
That can explain the difference.
Where weekend playgrounds are our weekday laboratories. From rugged mountain ranges that speak the story of this earth, to rich harbour waters that are bursting with life. Every part of this place has something to teach us. So we look closer and we think bigger, balancing endless curiosity with collective responsibility to care for our environment and our community for generations to come. This place brings people together on journeys of discovery and belonging. Going further by collaborating, turning daydreams into dream careers. From under the ice to up in the air, from the smallest species to the grandest idea. This place inspires us to understand the unexplained and explain our understanding, to bring critical thinking for critical causes, to dare to change the world and to change it together. This is our place, and this is who we are. Science at Otago. Together, we dare. Tsuia te here tangata.
Well, you've heard us talk about student voice and how we value it. So we've got some students who are going to share their voices with you. Please welcome. We've got Georgia, we have got Thomas, we've got Cam, and we have got Jack. So welcome along, folks. Thomas, we're going to start with you. Your question is, tell us a bit about why you chose to come to Otago.
So I chose Otago. I came to hands-on in year 13, and I just really loved the student vibes that I found in the city. I mean, the uni is really good for my courses. Well, I'm a geography student and I really love it, but I think for me, the whole sense of community in Dunedin and the student vibe is really why I picked Dunedin. Yeah. Excellent,
thank you. So you do geography, so you really know where it's at.
Yes,
yes. No, that's so lame. Well, I'm going to pass the mic over to Jack. Jack, what would be the typical day in the life of Jack at Otago?
Oh, it's pretty cruisy at the moment, I'm not going to lie. I'm in my 4th and final year, so I'm just doing 3 papers this semester. And I've got Fridays off, which is an added bonus as well. So definitely I've sort of engineered my timetable, so I have my mornings quite packed because I study best in the mornings, and then have the afternoons off to, catch up on notes or go for the gym or something else, yeah.
Excellent. Tell us what you're studying.
I'm doing a double major, marketing and accounting, and a minor in history.
Excellent. So you're studying for a BCom, is that right?
BCom, yes.
BCom.
Yeah.
Wonderful, thank you. Can we go to Cam now? Cam, at Otago, we pride ourselves on having flexible options. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey in relation to the flexibility there, please?
Kia ora, thank you for the question. Well, I came to the university last year doing health sciences first year. I'm a Pacific student, family's from the Cook Islands, and so it was, definitely a tough year, I won't lie. Health sci is quite tough. But I was able to change to a Bachelor of Science this year, majoring in anatomy, minoring in Pacific Studies. It's a really weird combination. Lots of people say that, why would you study anatomy and Pacific Studies? And that's because I found that I'm so passionate about Pacific health, and the University of Otago allowed me to pursue those passions and pursue that love for my people.
That's really good to hear, because when I studied a long time ago, I've almost done it the other way around, in that my degree's an arts degree with a little bit of science in there from my health sci first year. Yeah, that's really good to hear. What a lovely story. Georgia, hi. I want to know, what advice have you got for first years who are coming to Otago next year?
Well, I think some really important things. I sometimes talk to some of my fellow high school students back from Avonside Girls. I tend to tell them that Google Calendar is amazing. It's your best friend. Knowing where you want to, where you need to go and everything, it can be a bit stressful, and that just can take some of that pressure off. Another thing would be talking to people who've done the course before. So if you're interested in science or in general, or whatever topic you really want to look at, it's really helpful to actually either contact lecturers or possibly friends that you have who've gone on to do that. It's really useful, and I found it great for some of the courses I'm doing, even now.
Cool, lovely. What are you studying?
I'm doing neuroscience and psychology, so lots of brains, lots of brain facts.
A lot of syllables in those words.
Yeah.
So how did you find it? When you were at high school, you'd end up in your year 13, you're choosing 5 subjects, maybe 6, out of about 20. And then you come here, there's like over 150. How do you make that choice?
For me, it was a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
Well, I knew I liked science, so I did science in high school, and then I did the health science first year course as well. And I actually thought, well, I actually really like science, so I'll continue with that rather than going into some of those professional courses. And that turned out really well for me. I tried a psychology paper in my second semester and, yeah, just loved it. So carried on with that. In
That's really good to hear, because we've heard a few health sciences stories today. We have the health sciences people on here, so it's nice to hear that it's a useful course that can lead into a lot of things. So who here is from out of town? Who here is from out of Dunedin? Oh, everyone, tell us where you're from and then pass the mic around.
Yeah, I'm from Christchurch,
Christchurch.
Avonside Girls.
Avonside.
Yeah.
I'm from a tiny little village in North Taranaki called Uranui.
Okay, can you tell us then, sorry, if you come from a small village in the North Island, you come to Dunedin, okay, Dunedin's not huge, but
well,
it's a little bit different, isn't it? So how
yeah.
did you adjust to that?
For me, it was really a big change, but my hall was the smaller hall on campus, so it was alright. I could sort of slowly get used to living with more and more people. But really, once you get down to it, there's heaps and heaps of people in Dunedin, but really, you kind of find your own group and it's kind of sticks around the same. Like, I know everyone in the geography group and we kind of stick all together and we know everyone else. Like, it's not really that overwhelming, really.
Yeah, that's really good to hear, because we do have a lot of students here. I sat actually in St David Lecture Theatre there with a group of students from Owaka in South Otago, and they sat there and they're thinking, my goodness, there's more people in this lecture theatre than are in my hometown. Cam, tell us about your journey to Dunedin. Where did you come from?
So I was raised in Hawke's Bay, Hastings, went to Karamu High School.
I know Karamu High School.
You do? Oh,
yeah.
Very good. It's good, cool. Good, great high school.
It's brilliant.
Little shameless plug in there.
Excellent. Jack?
I'm from really far away. I'm from Oamaru, so it's an hour north. From Waitaki Boys.
Waitaki Boys, fantastic. And so did all of you stay in residential colleges in your first year?
Yes.
Okay, what was your experience like, Jack?
Toroa College wasn't actually any of my choices, so when I found out that I was in Toroa, I was kind of disappointed. I didn't even know where it was.
Yeah.
But I definitely went in there with an open mind, and it's probably, the hall was sort of set up more for flatting, so it sort of set me up really well for my second and third years.
Yeah. So overall, even though that was not your number one choice, did you have a good time?
Yes, no, all the halls offer the same experience, just in a different setup.
Yeah.
So it's sort of definitely, coming from Oamaru, I see a lot of people come down that sort of just pick the halls where all their friends go, but they've never lived home before and they're going into a hall of 500. So sort of just looking around and sort of finding the hall that best fits how you want to study and how you want to live is probably a really good idea.
Excellent, that's really good advice. Thank you so much. Look, thank you so much. We are out of time and we're going to go to commercial break now. So thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate it, and we love hearing your voice, so keep speaking up.
Definitely that initial arrival at my college was a moment that I'll always remember.
Just the nicest people and the nicest environment, and my room's beautiful.
The colleges, for me, have been the biggest thing. They offer this immense range of sort of tutorial services and really good pastoral care as well.
The college is home, first and foremost.
They just do the little things well.
It's just different to anything else you'd ever experience.
So that's us coming to the end of our live show, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to say a little bit now about scholarships, because that's actually my role at the university, looking after undergraduate entrance scholarships. For most people coming to university for the first time, you are entitled to apply. So you can do that from our website, but probably the best thing to do is to go into the Virtual Expo today and click on the scholarships section and look at another video of me, and that'll tell you how you can apply, and you can have more information there. So apply in July for scholarships. That's one of my mottos. That's going to be the t-shirt, apply in July. Finally, thank you all for tuning in, and thank you, to everyone here in the crew, in particular other university staff members and students for coming along and sharing their voice with us. It's just fantastic. I really encourage you to look around the expo, look at everything in there, gather some questions and share them in the live chat and get answers. Remember, there's no such thing as a silly question, no matter how unusual that might sound to you. We really look forward to seeing you here next year. And I can promise you that you'll be very well looked after and have a fantastic experience. So, thank you very much. If you see me around campus, come and say kia ora and ka kite anō.